Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your girl Serah. So I just want to say that in Nigeria, right, because my channel is mostly about like moving to Africa and things like that, and that's why I'm making this video, because the truth is some people are actively working to ensure that this country doesn't work. Because if it works, it's not going to favor them. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that podcast that's been going on recently about some guy that came here. And you know, the funniest thing about this particular guy is that when this guy came to Nigeria, he complained about his, what do you call it, the place that he had used for Airbnb, like literally crying. He carried a camera. I remember reacting to it. I don't put people's videos, but there's a video, if you check on my page, where I spoke about like this guy that had come and what they promised him was not what he got in the estate. I even used that video to explain to people, which is why I even started my Airbnb series. We wanted to start Airbnb in Nigeria and things like this. Now, this guy, I remember that a lot of people reacted to that video, that particular video, that are like, oh my God, Nigeria is so bad. Look at this guy. What they promised him is not what he got. He cannot even get his money back and blah, 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 blah. You know, he talked about like the water, like he showed us the video. It was really crazy. Now, this same guy has been going through different podcasts saying different things. The first video that was sent to me was where he said that a lot of his employers had gone to the UK and that he's actively praying for them not to get their paper so that they can come back to Nigeria because he has lost his good workers. And obviously, okay, everybody probably like, yes, so these are my staff, they are good. And then the person interviewing him asked him a question and said, okay, what if like these people now have masters and if they come back, like, will you pay them that standard? And he was like, no. Literally, he said that the system, paraphrasing, but more like the system is messed up, so I'm going to take advantage of it. Another podcast that I saw again where he was saying something about like how Nigeria wasn't okay, and basically he's been talking about how he's taking advantage of the system. Now, this same guy had come out to make a video again to say that in his Airbnb they stole cars or some stole parts and things like that, and someone replied it and was saying that, oh, someone replied the video and was saying that, oh, Kama came early and stuff like that. I'm not even into Kama and all that. But the person was saying that, oh, Kama came early. The same person that was saying that he's taking advantage of how Nigeria is not working to pay people, the Nigerian price and all those things. That this is the same way now. Obviously, he can't get justice since it's not working. And my point of that is that when I watched that, everything that came to my mind was that people are actively, a lot of people that come here and say Nigeria is not working, Nigeria is not good, it's not because they actually want Nigeria to work. It is because that thing is against them at the moment. Like, it's not favoring them at the moment. The moment the system favors them, I think it was Dari that put out that thing to say that an average Nigeria is just working, is just, nobody is working to fix Nigeria. Everybody is just working to ensure that me and my family, we are okay. Like, how can we beat the system? We say things like, oh, labor is cheap, and we are excited about it, and say things like, oh, in Nigeria, you can have a driver, you can have a house help, you can have a this, forgetting that the reason we are saying that is because there's a crack in the system. Because if there's a crack in the system, there's no way an average earner should have a driver, should have a house help, should have a cook, and all that. If we are paying them what we are supposed to pay them. I remember that whole time about minimum wage conversation. People were having a conversation about minimum wage. Oh, they should increase minimum wage. They thought it was just going to be like government and all. When they realized that means that your house help and all everybody that you're paying, that you also had to increase it, that it was individual, the conversation changed. The conversation changed. Why? Because a typical Nigerian will have 4 house helps. Why? Because they're paying them peanuts. For some of them, so they are paying them with food. They are paying them with food. As far as I can feed you and clothe you, that's fine, right? So you have to even be excited that you're under my roof. Anyway, the main reason I even picked up this thing to have this conversation is that before that, my rant is that I want to talk about something that happened to me recently. I will not be calling the names because it's soft, but if you guys have been following my channel, you know that I'm very solution driven. So it's important I talk about these things so that if you're in that situation, you know what exactly to do. So recently, last month, I went into a store to buy something. I tried to pay with POS. It didn't work. I now tried to transfer. It said successful. And I tried to bring out the receipt, and he went to, and I showed the manager the receipt, the girl that was there. And, there was this whole back and forth. She told me that she couldn't give me my my stuff because they are not the ones confirming it. I'm like, okay, this is 2026. Like, it's been a long time we had that kind of thing. Normally, Nigeria has, since we went cashless, people now have systems where they use, these companies came out, OPay, Money Point. So basically, they confirm the transfer there and then, right? So we've gone past that time where they will tell you, come back. And she's like, oh, it's a big company. If we give it to you and we can't find you, but at least this one, you can always find us here. They had a whole back and forth. The manager didn't know how to handle it. I asked them to give me the general manager's number who was in charge, because this thing is a franchise, right? And they gave me the number. The guy didn't know how to handle it. Okay, just like that. The next day again, luckily I was still around because this didn't even happen in Lagos. It happened in Abuja. So I went back to that place like, hey, I've not gotten my refund, and you guys, have you seen it? They told me that the accountant checked that they haven't seen it. I said that this thing has left my bank. And for the fact that it's successful, and the bank I bank with, the fact that you're able to bring out receipts, because when a transaction doesn't go for I don't know about other banks, but my own, it won't let you bring out the receipt. Now, and with my money short, like 70 something K short, my goods I don't have. So if, let's say I'm not with extra money, I can't even go and buy the things, and the things I bought are the things I actually need for work. So right now I'm not getting my money. This is how I kept following up with these people. They said that the money wasn't there. I'll message them, I'll call them, everything. I said, okay. I now sent a message to my bank. And I sent a message to my bank, and I was like, you guys don't have them. Like, I can't believe that I need to walk into, I was ready to sit this one out. I'm like, no, this 2026, I do not have to walk into a bank to solve this. Right? These are things that could be solved. That's why you guys have customer service. Instagram now. Instagram is beyond posting. Like, things like this should be able to, like, you guys should be able to handle it by your social media platforms and everything. So I was quite patient. I sent them a message. They sent me a message to say that, oh, they have confirmed that. No, they sent a message to say that I should be patient. That if the transaction went through, then the other bank will confirm it, and whatever it is, either give me back my money or the goods. And if it's not, I will get, reversal in like 72 hours or 48 hours. I forgot. I'm like, okay, this is past 48 hours. So I tried messaging them, and I realized that I was getting the same copy and paste message. Now, I kept messaging them again that what I want from you people, so that I can be able to really hold these guys, is a message saying that you people can confirm that this has left my account, because I can't really make trouble with the other people if you haven't fully confirmed by yourself. Like, I need something written, because this thing has happened to me with one other bank that I was banking with, and the bank replied my email to tell me that they can confirm that this has left me. So it was left my account, and that it is with the beneficiary's account. So obviously it's easier for me to say, look, listen, bank is saying that, this money is actually with you, but you guys are not providing that. So what should I do? Then I kept sending them messages. They were not responding. I was determined not to go into the bank, because again, I was like, no, let me sit this one out, because I travel a lot. What if I am not in the country and this thing happens, and maybe I'm not even coming back? Like, I have a YouTube channel where I talk about things like this in the diaspora. So how do I tell somebody that's outside Nigeria that's having this issue, makes a transfer? Is it that the person is going back in 5 years? The person has to wait for 5 years till they come back. So one day I just got angry, and I sent the bank a message. I sent them a stinker. I sent them a message that I was going to be closing my account, and that I needed to know immediately where that money is. If not, I'll be copying EFCC to treat it. No, before I told them I'll copy EFCC, I sent them a message. Do you know what these guys replied me? This bank replied me to say that they can confirm that this money is with, I've forgotten the reply they even gave me. If I can quickly pull it out, it will be helpful. Let me see if I can quickly pull it out, because that's actually, it was the response that, got me mad. And they said, hi, Serah, thank you for contacting us. We acknowledge your complaint regarding your outward transaction and sincerely apologize for any inconvenience they might have caused. We understand the importance of timely transaction process, and we wish to assure you that your concern has been duly received. Kindly know that all transfers initiated on that day, that's the day I initiated the transfer, have been confirmed as successful to the beneficiary account by the team. That means the team, after so many times, have confirmed that the money went, and not just did it go, it went that day. If the funds have not yet reflected in the beneficiary account, we kindly advise you liaise with the bank of. So this is what got me angry, that I should send them, I should contact the beneficiary account bank I don't know that bank. I don't bank with them. Every day, you guys are collecting money. Maintenance fee. You're coming, you're singing. Come and open an account. You're chasing me. Now I have issues. I have told you, I've sent you a message to tell you that this person is saying that they have not received the money, that they did not give me my stuff. You are meant to investigate it. I am not the one that's supposed to go to this beneficiary account, because I don't bank there. It's like going to someone's bank, coming to my bank to say, please, can I get Serah's statement of account? No. It is your job to initiate that conversation with the bank. And I know this because it has happened to me with my other bank before. So I know that this is you guys' job. Like literally, that is your job. It's not just to make me, to protect me, right? As I'm telling you that this company now is saying that they have not received it. So how can you tell me that I'll be the one to start going there? And if I go there, clearly, they will not listen to me because they don't know me. So I'll at least provide something. So I sent them a message. I said, why I note your position in transfer was successful. As the customer who initiated the transaction, my contractual relationship is with your bank and not the beneficiary bank. Therefore, I respectfully request that you continue to engage directly with the bank to determine the status of this fund. Now, I gave them, I wrote a whole long, like it's so long, I told them to kindly send proof of successful settlement to the beneficiary bank. Like, send me proof and send it to them that this person is complaining. This is the proof that it is there. So that even if I'm going to court or anything, the date and the time that it was received, evidence that the bank has been formally contacted. I said I need all this because I want to start a case on it. Since these people are confirming, I even called them and recorded the call to say that people say you haven't received it. Okay, that's fine. So I need these things from bank so that I can actually go. Because when they say that the Nigerian system, the system doesn't work, I am that one person that likes to test the system. Like I told you before, I've reported my internet providers to set to consumer protection, and they refunded me my money. So I love to test the system so that when I'm talking, I told them that if this matter is not resolved, I will escalate it to central bank, I will escalate it to EFCC, and I'll treat it like a fraud. And I said I need a timeline when this thing will be resolved. As I sent this message, I came back again. I sent it to, I told them that I was going to, before I copy CBN, but because it had already taken over 2 weeks, I just went ahead. I copied CBN. I went on the internet. I looked for the bank, like their chairman, everybody. All these contacts are online. I made sure that I started copying everybody, all their customer service, all their connect me. I copied everybody. This one was even what I sent them on Instagram. The one I sent them on email, I sent a stronger one. I even went ahead to say that in this email that I know I said I will copy, but I have gone ahead to copy these people, and that if it is not resolved, tell me why the next day I'm getting response from everywhere. Because one, CBN will find them. Number two, it will be treated as a fraud case because one, it's been over 2 weeks. I am complaining that receiver, you have not provided it. Tell me why these people responded. Provided proof. They provided the proof that it is in that bank, is in the beneficiary bank. They provided the proof. They provided the number, the tracking number that I can even use to follow it up, and even went ahead to tell me that they are investigating it. So they did not tell me again that I should go and do it myself. They went ahead to say that they will investigate it. So I called the general manager of this organization to say the evidence I want. I said, hey, I'm calling. You guys said, please confirm again that you've not received it. Okay. You guys said that you have not received it, blah, 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 blah. This is it. My bank has provided me with this. He said, oh, I'll call you back. Let me check with our accountant. He calls me, not up to 5 minutes. This guy calls me. What does he call me to say? That he has checked with his the accountant, that the accountant said that the bank told them that all the transactions that happened that day, that failed, that they have refunded people. I said, no. Your manager, when I called back, told me that I was the only one that had issue that day. Because when I was telling her that, she told me that it should be from my bank because even after I left, they were taking transfer. So who are the people? Like I have it recorded. I recorded the conversation. I said, so who are the people refunded? If you said, they say, yes, you're right. Well, he said that the money came, but it did not come with any name. I said, no, I gave you guys the screenshot. The screenshot shows the reference number. That's where I got the reference number from. It shows my name. When you do a transfer, you don't even need the name. It's that reference number. It is easier for him to track. And I called the name of the company. I said, we're not dealing with a roadside company here. This is a franchise. This is a company that is like round the world. Oh, okay, that, and sorry about that, but that he has confirmed that the money is there now, that he even shouted on the accountants that he has confirmed it's there, that in like 48 hours, I guess I said, no, that as I'm talking to you, I have reported this case to EFCC, to CBN and everything, and when you report to them, they give the person, because when you report issues like that, they give the person 48 hours to solve it. When the person doesn't now solve in 48 hours, they do something about it. Oh no, don't worry, you get it the next day. The next day, this guy sends me a message. Have you gotten it? I said, no, not yet. Don't worry, we're working on it. You'll get it before close of business. He sent the money. Why am I saying this? This is how people lose money. I'm sure when someone is hearing this now, they're probably like, oh, this thing happened to me and I let the money go. This is how people lose money, because that money was like 70K and I was ready to sit it out. Because first of all, the first thing that happened here was that when that transfer wasn't going, I asked for the account number and I asked for company account. This is another thing that you guys should note. Because if I had paid that money into a manager's account, Consumer Protection will not know how to do, will not do anything about it. They'll start telling me to go for police, blah, 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 and get police report and all. But because I paid it to a company, I wasn't bothered. 2, I had my proof of this and I went through to check that nothing was sent back. It wasn't sent back. So my point is, why am I making this video? Is that even for people, in the diaspora that try to start businesses here, this is how these managers also rip people off. Then later, when they're now reconciling it, because guess what? They're with the goods, they're with the money. After the accountant that they're reconciling the money with, they will share it. Because trust me, too many times people will give up. When I went to this bank and other banks, right, just try it. Go to any of your bank, go to their Instagram. You see people there. My 100,000 I did since. My 2,000 I did since. My 5,000, that is how they steal from people. Yes, because like I said, it was like maybe 5K now and I'll let it go. Because as an incident, this thing actually happened. I transferred money to my a delivery guy. It was 3K. I transferred money to a delivery guy. Delivery guy said he didn't get it. I had to do another one to him again. I said, I can't go back and forth with you because of 3K. Delivery guy was like, thank you. The delivery guy called me the next day and said, ma, please don't let that bank go. I am in the bank. I have made them print my statement. You know those kind of people that like being true. He said, I have printed my statement. I'm sending it to your WhatsApp. That money didn't enter here. I sent it. I told my bank. I sent them an email. They said it's with. I said, I will not go back and forth with 3K. But do you see how they take people's 2K, 3K? If they take 1,000 people, 1,000 people, if they take 3K from them. 2, because there is this whole thing. I don't like that talk about, oh, the system doesn't work. Try it. Because like I said, people are actively working to ensure that the system doesn't work so that they can get away with things like this. If I did not send these people a strong-worded email to the bank for them to know their job, that your job is to help me, is to protect me. You cannot be charging me. You charge me maintenance service fee. You charge me for my card, whether I use it or not. You charge me all that, so that when I need help like this, you guys come in. It's not just to charge me. Secondly, if I did not know the appropriate people to go online and get their emails and copy, this is how it will go. And this is what will keep happening. That is why they keep putting that thing out to say, the system doesn't work. Don't report. This is why. Because I remember one day a lady told me that somebody was maltreating a house help, was really beating her up, that she doesn't know who to call. I said, these are the people to call. I've even called them. Nigeria. It will not work. I said, I've tried it. If I did not try it, a young girl today would probably have gone. Because I witnessed a young girl. This lady beat her up and locked her up. I called child service in Nigeria in less than 10 minutes. They asked me for the address of the place. They sent me a letter that the nearest police will come and pick up the lady. I should just make sure that they don't live there. If I need to get help from people around, that the police will be there soon. And I show police that letter that they're sending to me via WhatsApp. The next day, that woman, they came, they picked the child, took the child to a safer place, took care of the child, put the child in school. If I was doing, the system doesn't work, that child would have probably been gone by now. Are there lapses in the system? Yes. But we also have to try our best. I see a lot of people come on social media when things happen. Podcast is not the court. Challenge the system so that you can actively come out. Like me now, if I'm making this video and they did not resolve anything, it will be easy for me to say, these are all the steps I've taken and they didn't resolve it. Because I see people even 18 million, they're talking about 18 million. Prove where my money went to. I'm like, why is this guy talking about 18 million like it's 18,000? Report them to the appropriate people. Yeah, but that's what they do. They come to work, they are waiting for your calls. They are waiting for your calls. Try them. When I reported to, I saw people online every time, this same internet providers, I'll pay for 30 days. They'll give me 1 week and that's it. When I reported them to consumer protection, like I'm not imagining this company. Like I was getting calls that day. These are people that could not send engineer to my house for a month. Sent 3 different engineers that day. The manager called me. They gave me a number that please contact me directly self if your network goes off. Someone told me that, don't you know that they'll be fining them? That's what they do. That's what those agencies do. But you have to do the right thing. One of it is what? You have to first complain. Second, you have to also have your things in place. Like you're going to a house to rent an apartment. You don't have a tenancy agreement. You don't have a receipt. You're paying into personal account. That is the problem. Always ask for this, especially now that it's tax. A lot of people say, hey, please, I remember I was buying something recently, especially if it's above a certain amount of money, you know that you cannot let go. Once that thing was a certain amount of money, he said, no, ma, I should not pay it into his business account or tax. I said, no, I'm going to pay it, because if I have any issue, being that this money is a lot, so if I have any issue, who will protect me? Because I paid into personal, so they'll think it's 2 friends and tell me to go and start bringing police report. So you have to do the right thing, and you have to also test it, and you also have to know that. So you see why when I come out here, I'm talking about the good, the bad, and everything about Nigeria is because a lot of times people are actively sitting because they know that the moment the system starts working, a lot of people will be in trouble. The moment a lot of things become like biometrics, a lot of people will be in trouble. That is why people are actively working to make sure. They'll pretend that they want the system to work. Like that guy, when he needed help, he came out. The same internet rallied for you. They carried your story. They went round. They were talking for you. Oh, no, this is not it. Everybody had to curse. Nigeria, this is why I can't come back. They Airbnb. Meanwhile, once you got your feet, look at what you're doing. Look at exactly what you're doing. Like, look at this manager now. I just cannot imagine how many people this manager and this accountant that they're doing these things to. Because how come all of a sudden, when I had evidence from bank, when they saw I was able to fight it through, somehow that day, they were able to confirm what they could not confirm in over 2 weeks. So please, in case you're asking me, oh, Serah, why are you not calling them out so that you don't know? One, because it's been resolved. If it was not resolved, I'll call them out. 2, because it's not just about them. It's not about one organization. It's about the things that happen. It's collective. So even if I call out this person, what of this person? I'm sure you've had similar experience with different organizations, different people, different vendors. A vendor will give you black, who advertise black and send red and tell you non-refund. I told one day, you think that she said she's gonna read her policy. I said, ask for green, give me black, and you're telling me I should gonna read your policy that I don't refund. I say you will get an email immediately. No, ma, what I was saying is that we don't refund, but that's in the case where it's our fault. Before she could talk, she did my refund. Like, is everything okay? But you know, when they let people fly, because you wrote no refund policy, where, in which country? Know your laws, know your basic laws, and use it. Then when they don't come, you come out with the proof that, hey, I went here, this system failed me. Anyway, thank you guys. My name is Serah. I don't know if you're seeing my face for the first time. I talk about everything Jabada, and I am actually extending it. I'm going to talk about it in my new video. If you've followed me for a while, you notice I've not been as consistent as I used to be. That's because I have something new, something different I want to do with this channel. I want it to go beyond Nigeria now, because I realize that my followers is not just about moving to Nigeria. Some people want to move to other parts of Africa. So I am going to be doing something different. So thank you so much for your support. And yes, for those that want to move to Nigeria, I have a book called the Jabada Manual. This book is written from my heart. You guys know how I tell stories. So even if you're not a reader, you will love this one. Or if you just want to support me, it's okay. This lady has been creating nice content for us, talking about Nigeria. Let's support her by, downloading her book. It's in the description. It's also going to be tagged in this video. You can also get it on Amazon Kindle. It's called the Jabada Manual by Serah. Everything you need to know about moving back to Nigeria. Thank you so much for your support. I do appreciate, and stay blessed.